Hello guys, so this is a tutorial on this style as requested. So I've cut out my skirt pattern for the front and the back. So this right here is the back piece, and I'm marking out half inch from the zipper allowance. Then I measured it 4 inches down and marked. And also at the waist point I came down by half inch and also marked 4 inches inside and marked this. I'm doing this to avoid bulging after fixing the zip, so I'll cut that out. And also at the bottom of the skirt I'll be doing something similar so that the bottom of the skirt will not bulge out, or it will not be surplus, because the slit is at the front. The slit is at the front of the gown, so I think it will be better to mark 0.75 and then cut it out. I think that is what I did there. I don't know. So this is the front piece, and I've cut out the slit for the front, and right now I'll be using this sellotape to join the hip part of the skirt together. So this part of the video is showing how I marked the slit. So the slit, I put it at 38 inches. 38 inches. The measurement for this gown is waist 39. The hip is 48. So this one is for a plus size. The hip is 38. So I've marked out the slit and I'm cutting it out. I added 1 inch for the seam allowance for the slit, and the zipper allowance also 1 inch. So right here I'm marking my what I'll be using to slash the skirt. I marked 1.25 inch, and so I just randomly slashed it. I didn't use any measurement, just make the bottom wider. Make sure the bottom is wider than the upper part. So slash out and mark, then cut from the top to the bottom. Make sure you don't cut it out totally. Cut every piece. So I did mine into 6 parts. Six parts. So this is it after cutting. I opened it up to place on my fabric. This is how I'll be placing it on my fabric. So right here I've placed on my fabric and I'm cutting it out. Don't forget to add your folding allowance to the length of your pattern paper when marking. So after slashing and cutting, my measurements, what I had for the waist was times 2 of my actual waist measurement. My waist measurement was 38, but what I had after slashing and cutting was about I think 80, because I added allowance to the waist to make it 40. So after cutting, what I had for the front and the back piece, that is the two, because right now I'm cutting out the 2 parts, what I had was 40 each. So I've cut out my fabric. So this right here is for the front, and that is the two sides of the skirt. It has no sides seam, no side joining. So this is the upper part of our gown. For the neck depth, I used 7 inches, and for the neck width I used 3.5 inches. So you cut your V shape for the neck. So for the waist part of the top, I added 6.5 inches extra allowance when cutting. So this pieces right here I cut out, this piece I cut out is for the band and the neck turning. I've joined my shoulders, the front and the back together, and so I'll be using this 1.5 inch I cut out. This piece is 1.5 inch. I'll use it to turn the neck from the wrong side to the good side. Turn it all the way through. So after sewing to this part, remember to launch the neck at the middle of the front. I forgot to do that when making this, but I loosed it later and launched it. So you turn to the good side and sew like this all through to the other end of the back. So I had a wrong stitch here and I'm adjusting it. So it's all through. So at the middle of the front, after turning the neck, you sew a V shape on it to give it that beautiful V shape, just like so, like this. After sewing, you take it to your ironing table and press it very well. So this is the pleat part of the skirt. Right here I'm doing the pleating. I already did one part of it, so this is the other part from the middle of the front. So make sure when you are pleating, your waist measurement, the length of your pleat is equivalent to your waist measurement, and you can decide to make your pleats into 4 or into 5. I made mine into 4, just like in the picture. And remember to pleat exactly the way it is in the photo. And after pleating the skirt parts, you also pleat the upper part of the top the way it is in the photo also. I think that one has, the upper part has 3 pleats on both sides. So this is our outcome, and the dress is actually bigger than our dummy.